Today we're presented with another math problem we have to solve. So the problem is x is equal to 1 over the square root of 5 minus 2, and we have to solve for 2x squared minus 8x plus 1. The first problem we realize is that there's a rational number in the definition of x, so we have to get rid of it. And the first formula or equation we think of is this one. A minus b times a plus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So we implement that formula into the definition of x. Well, we already have an a minus b here, so we just have to multiply it by an a plus b, where a is square root of 5 and b is 2. So up here it's going to be 1 times the square root of 5 plus 2, so that's just going to be the square root of 5 plus 2. And the bottom, that's going to be whole different so we have our original bottom, and then we multiply it by this. See, these cancel out and it's 1, so it's the same. Now this is just equal to the square root of 5 plus 2 divided by the square root of 5 squared minus 2 squared, which is 4. So 5 minus 4 is 1. So we have our next major equation, where x is equal to the square root of 5 plus 2. There are actually two ways to solve this problem, but both ways need this. So the first way is that we need to make this right here an a plus b squared. We use that equation and put it in here. So a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So the first thing we need to do is make this a square. So we just use a quadratic strategy to figure that out. So the first thing we do is factor out the 2. So it's going to be 2 times x squared minus 4x plus 1. Now we just factor it out like it was quadratics. So the inside's going to be 2 times x squared minus 4x plus 4 and minus 4, and then you add 1 here. Now we can make this a square. 2 times this x minus 2 squared. That's the square, but we still have this remaining. But it's all being multiplied, so we still subtract 4 here plus 1. It's still inside it, so it's still being multiplied by 2. So we can do two things at once. First thing we do is we put x in here, and the second thing we do is multiply this out to put this negative 4 out here. So it's going to be 2 times, what's x? Well, it's right here, so square root of 5 plus 2 minus 2, those cancel. That's still going to be a square. And now we can move the 4 out. So negative 4 times 2, well, that's negative 8. But there's a plus 1 here. So negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. This all comes down to 2 times the square root of 5 squared minus 7. The square root of 5 squared is just 5. And 5 times 2 is 10. So 10 minus 7 is 3. And that is the first way to solve this problem.